Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we re-diving deep into the swamp to uncover a secret about one of its most fearsome residents. When you think of an alligator, what comes to mind? Probably those powerful jaws, that intimidating tail, or its stealthy presence in the water. But what if I told you that alligators are more than just apex predators? What if I told you they are master architects, meticulously designing and building their own swampy kingdoms? That's right. Today we're exploring the incredible world of alligators as ecological engineers. Let's start with the most iconic creation, the alligator hole. This isn't just a random depression in the mud. It's a purposefully constructed survival bunker. During the dry season, when water levels in the wetlands drop dramatically, many areas can turn into dry, cracked earth. For most aquatic life, this is a death sentence. But not for the alligator. Using its powerful snout, claws, and that muscular tail, an alligator will excavate a deep basin. It pushes and shoves mud, digs out sediment, and essentially dredges its own private pond. This isn't a small task. These holes can be several meters wide and deep enough to retain water even when everything else is dried up. Now, why is this so important? Well, for the alligator, it's a critical refuge. It provides a cool, wet place to escape the scorching sun and stay hydrated. It's a safe zone from terrestrial predators and a place to regulate its body temperature. But the real magic is what happens next. This alligator hole becomes an oasis in a barren landscape. It's the last remaining source of water for miles around. And so, it attracts a whole host of other creatures. Fish, turtles, snakes, frogs, wading birds, and even mammals like raccoons and deer all flock to the alligator hole for a life-saving drink. You might be thinking, isn't that a bit like setting up a buffet for the alligator? And you're absolutely right. The alligator hole is both a sanctuary and a perfectly designed hunting ground. The alligator doesn't have to go far to find a meal. The meals come to it. It's an incredibly efficient strategy. The alligator invests a huge amount of energy to build this refuge, and in return, it gets a constant supply of food and a secure place to live. It's a brilliant example of how an animal can actively manipulate its environment for its own benefit. But the story doesn't end there. The impact of these alligator holes extends far beyond a single dry season. When the rains return and the wetlands flood again, the creatures that survived in these oases are the first to repopulate the surrounding area. The fish, amphibians, and invertebrates that found shelter in the alligator's pond spread out, kick-starting the entire ecosystem's recovery. In this way, the alligator acts as a keystone species. Its actions are fundamental to maintaining the biodiversity and resilience of the entire swamp ecosystem. Without these alligator-made refuges, many species would be wiped out during droughts, and the wetlands would take much longer to bounce back. Alligator engineering doesn't stop at just digging holes. They are also master tunnel builders. Beneath the banks of rivers and lakes, alligators excavate complex underground burrows known as dens. These aren't just simple tunnels. They can be incredibly elaborate, sometimes extending up to 20 meters or over 60 feet into the bank. These dens serve multiple purposes. Firstly, they are a safe haven, a fortress. During cold snaps, alligators, being cold-blooded, need a place to escape freezing temperatures. The dens, which often have an underwater entrance, provide a stable, warmer environment where they can enter a state of brumation, which is similar to hibernation. These dens also offer protection from threats, including other alligators and, historically, humans. The entrance is usually submerged, making it difficult for land-based predators to access. Inside, the tunnel might slope upwards to a dry chamber, a safe spot above the waterline where the alligator can rest completely out of the water. Sometimes, a single alligator will have multiple dens within its territory, giving it options depending on the season and water levels. The construction is a marvel of instinctual engineering. They use their snouts and feet to dig, packing the soil to reinforce the walls and prevent collapse. Let's talk about another incredible structure, the nest. When it's time to lay eggs, a female alligator doesn't just find a spot and drop them. She builds an incubator. She gathers a massive pile of vegetation leaves, sticks, mud, and grasses and mounds it up. This nest can be 1 meter high and 2 meters wide. She then digs a chamber in the center of this mound and lays her eggs inside before covering them back up with more vegetation. This isn't just a pile of rotting plants. It's a natural compost heap. As the organic material decays, it generates heat. This heat is what incubates the eggs. And here's something absolutely mind-blowing. The temperature of the nest determines the sex of the hatchlings. This is called temperature-dependent sex determination. Nests that maintain a temperature of around 34 degrees Celsius or 93 degrees Fahrenheit will produce mostly males. Nests that are slightly cooler, around 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit, will produce mostly females. Temperatures in between will yield a mix of both. The mother alligator, through her choice of location and the composition of the nest material, has a degree of control over the temperature and therefore the sex ratio of her offspring. It's an astonishing level of environmental manipulation. She'll guard this nest fiercely for the entire incubation period, which is about 65 days, fending off predators like raccoons and wild pigs that would love to dig up the eggs. So, when you put it all together, the life-saving alligator holes, the complex defensive dens, and the climate-controlled nests, you start to see a very different picture of the alligator. They are not just passive inhabitants of the swamp. They are active, powerful forces that shape and maintain their world. The paths they create through dense vegetation open up waterways for other animals. The nutrients they cycle by bringing prey from water to land enrich the soil. Every action they take, from digging a hole to building a nest, has a ripple effect that benefits countless other species. These creatures have been on our planet for millions of years, perfecting their role as ecological engineers long before humans ever dreamed of building dams or canals. They are a testament to the intricate and often surprising ways that nature works. The health of the Everglades in Florida, the bayous of Louisiana, and other wetlands across the American Southeast is inextricably linked to the presence and behavior of these incredible reptilian architects. By creating stability in a fluctuating environment, they ensure the survival of not just themselves, but of the entire community they live in. So the next time you see an alligator, whether it's in a documentary or safely from a distance in the wild, take a moment to appreciate the unseen work it does. Look beyond the teeth and the tail and see the master engineer, the architect of the swamp, the guardian of the wetlands. It's a powerful reminder that every creature, no matter how intimidating, has a vital role to play in the grand, interconnected web of life. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of alligator engineering. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more journeys into the amazing natural world. Let me know in the comments what other ecological engineers you'd like to learn about. See you in the next one.